What is going on, you lovely people? It's your girl Erica, back at it again with another video. Let's get right into it. I had this idea of releasing this video in 2020, but it's just gonna happen now because, you know, you already know, new videos every so often. New Year's resolutions, stuff like that, and why people never accomplish anything, or if they do, then fucking amazing. But also why they start right now. You know, you don't want to wait. You don't want to wait for that. You want to do it. You know what I mean? Without further ado, let's just dive into it, brother. If your resolution is way too grand for where you are right now, meaning that you're just not being realistic with yourself and not setting the goals that are actually, you know, you're capable of achieving of, you just end up like overworking yourself. It's the same if you go to the gym and you go 150% every time, you're just gonna burn out, brother, you know? It's much better to be consistent and going like 70 to 80% than going hard because you're not a machine, brother, you're human. And a human cannot work like a machine. Yeah, that's a quote right there, brother. Can you tell I'm not in university? Waiting for the perfect moment to start, or waiting for the stars to align, or whatever it is that people are waiting for. Just waiting in general, like, bro, what are you waiting for? If you're waiting for a perfect moment, it's just not gonna happen. It's not like the stars momentarily align and you have this like endless motivation coming out of nowhere. You know what, like most of the grind of like really successful people is going and doing the things that nobody wants to do, and even they don't want to do, but they just know they have to do them, otherwise they're not gonna get to where they want to go. Instead of like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go to the gym and I'm just gonna get fit, set an actual goal of what it is exactly that you're trying to achieve. What is it, like, what's your point B? What does your destination look like? Because if there is no destination, then how are you gonna get there? If you don't even know where you're going, how are you gonna get there? This isn't a fairy tale, this is real life, and you gotta know what the heck it is that you're trying to do. Once you figure out your destination, that has to be realistic. Don't wait for some like perfect moment for the stars to align so you can just jump into it. Just do it, bro. Do it. Nike. Do it, brother. Otherwise your whole life is just gonna be continuous waiting, and like, what are you waiting for? Like, okay, sometimes it's logistical issues, right? Like, sometimes you can't do certain things for like whatever logistical reasons, but also like, don't use that as an excuse. It's a fine balance of like understanding what is it in my power that I can do right now, and then keep doing it every single day. I watched this video, it's called like a 5-minute rule or something. It's basically like, you know, you don't have to push yourself 150% all the time. You just gotta show up and do something that you really want, or your goal, or whatever, or something that helps you to get to your destination at least 5 minutes a day. It's like a baseline, right? Like, if you do something at least 5 minutes a day, like, at least you're doing it, you know? And then if you are capable of doing more, then do it. But if you're not, at least you did the bare minimum. You showed up, which is already something, right? But do the work, and even if it's for 5-15 minutes, like, 'cause honestly, like, you got what, 24 hours in a day, and yeah, you gotta sleep like 7 or whatever, but you know, out of those hours you still have tons of time to dedicate to switching, doing little switches. Instead of being on your phone, get down on your knees and do some like basic baby push-ups or whatever it is that you want to do. If you want to read a book a day, if you want to read a book, read at least a page. That's already something. Once you start doing something at least for 5 minutes, you're probably gonna end up doing it for longer anyway, because you started, like, you already showed up, you started doing it. You might as well, you know, you might as well just keep going for a little bit more. And if you don't, that's fine as well, because at least, you know what, you showed up, baby. That's the word, show up. Yeah. Let me give you like a quick rundown of a plan that can actually set you up for success in terms of like achieving your New Year's resolutions, and honestly just setting goals and expectations and being able to really get to those goals no matter what. Okay, I'm just gonna give you the bare minimum. It may depend for each person, but I'm gonna give you what works for me, you know, and if it works for you, amazing. Point number 1, set SMART goals, right? Like, SMART goals is probably the best thing that humanity ever invented in terms of like personal development, but also just, you know, like, SMART goals, it's in the name, goal. What is it? What does SMART stand for? Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and like time bound or whatever. Once you hit all of those, you'll basically know exactly what it is that you're trying to do, where you're trying to go, and you set up a time frame for that. All right, so SMART goals, great. And again, kind of going back to the SMART goals, reasonable is extremely important. Make sure your goals are reasonable. If you're trying to make $1 million in a month and you're making fuck all, you're not gonna get there. You're not gonna get there in a month. You're not gonna get there in the next year. Maybe not even in 2 years. Maybe not even in 3 years. All right, start somewhere small. That's just realistic. You're just being real. All right, even if it's a small goal, that's fine. All right, because at least you're gonna get there, and once you get there, set another one, set a little higher, you know, reward yourself. That's another thing, you want to reward yourself. Like, for me, if I set little goals and I get them, amazing. I'm getting my goal, which is already a reward in itself, but even then, it's like, I deserve a little biscuit or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I deserve to watch an episode of Big Mouth on Netflix because I got to my goal. Yay, look at me. Of course, you want to show up and actually do your thing, which is not just saying, oh, I'm gonna do it. Put it on your calendar, whatever it is that you use to schedule your days, to make sure, just put it in there and actually do it. Like, respect your calendar, respect your commitment. Otherwise, guess what? It's just not gonna happen. Again, like, if you don't show up, if you don't do the work that has to be done, you're not gonna get to where you're going to. Freaking, like, can you believe this? Spit all over my desk. Oof, delicious. Show up, do at least the bare minimum, because this bare minimum is probably gonna get you to do a little bit more work than you set out to do in the first place, which is amazing, right? And interesting how our brain works. Have some time set aside for like self-love, and I don't mean like taking a bath, and it's just setting some time aside for yourself, at least 10-15 minutes, to do something so simple, like even a quick meditation, quick little breath work, quick little I'm just gonna sit down and do nothing because I need to get back into like a good state, into a good presence, because that's another thing that's going to kind of keep you sane throughout this whole journey. Because if you get into this like work, you're just gonna again overwork yourself, you're gonna get confused, you're gonna get lost. I mean, it works for some people, right? Again, like I said in the beginning, it works for some people. For me, it doesn't work if I constantly work. Like, I just get sad and tired and anxious. And probably lastly and most importantly, set up your why. Like, why are you doing this? Why do you want to get fit? Why do you want to make money? Why do you want to do this? Right? And what I mean, it's not like, for example, let's give you a scenario. It's like, why do I want to get fit? So I can be Shrexy and go to the beach and be like feel good, right? Like, ask yourself a deeper like why do I want to feel better? Like, why do I want to have a better body? Why do I want be confident? Like, where does that come from? If you don't have a strong why, the chances are you're either gonna give up way too fast, and yeah, you're just gonna fail. Like, again, just being real with you, you need to have a strong why. And yeah, it's gonna take some time, like facing your fears, facing the stuff that you've been through, but at least it'll give you that slap in the face of like, this is the real me, I'm doing this for myself for XYZ reason. If you don't have a strong why, you're probably gonna fail, because it's like, what is there to lose? You know what I mean? Like, what is gonna happen if I don't do this? 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, week, 2 weeks. It's the same mentality for not doing it, right? But the why is something that you're running away from, something that you're constantly being chased, and you're just being like, leave me alone, right? So if you have that like monster chasing you, that strong why, that is one of the keys, the major keys that helps you actually succeed in whatever it is that you're trying to do. Anyway guys, I hope this helps. It's good to be back. New videos every so often. I'll try to do it every week. God dang it, I will try to do it every week. I will do it every week. I'll do it every week. Commitment. Right there. It's on my calendar. Boom. Drop a comment below if you guys want to do some sort of like a Facebook group where we all keep each other accountable, or just a place where ambitious people can connect with each other. Why don't we do that? Let me know if you want that, if that will be helpful. I can take care of that in like 5 seconds. And yeah, follow my dog's Instagram. Your girl is trying to get monetized everywhere. Good stuff. Stay woke, don't be broke. It's your girl Erica, back at it again. See you in the next one. Peace out.